Hello and welcome to the RA Group Daily Webcast, where every weekday at 3:30 p.m. we host a daily webcast where our panel of experts discuss a wide range of topics to help you survive and thrive during the lockdown. Tomorrow we have our Future of Hospitality series, the Feeder Special, where Alice Woodcock, our Managing Director of RA Group, will be joined by Feeder MD Ria for a special introduction episode from the Feeder platform and future collaborations. Today, though, our Culinary Director, David Simms, will be showing us how to make a delicious veggie treat for National Vegetarian Week, Pumpkin Katsu. Please do send through your questions for Chef. Now, over to you, David.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well, and thank you for joining this week's webcast. As Steph just said, it's vegetarian week this week, so I thought I'd do a nice vegetarian alternative to a classic dish that everyone absolutely loves. So pumpkin katsu. So it's I'm use a butternut squash and a miso marinade to give it a little more depth of flavour. So I'm just going to walk you through the process, and as usual, please fill any questions you've got throughout the process, and I'll do my best to answer them as we go through. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, very importantly, is talk through the rice and the cooking of the rice. Because a lot of people get stressed out about cooking rice and struggle cooking rice for multiple reasons and end up with wallpaper paste. So the first thing we do is, I've got a rice cooker here. It's a really good investment. It was about £7.95, and it's from an online retailer, which we all know of. And it's a micro thing. It's really good. And it just enables you to steam rice in your microwave, and comes out really good consistency. The secret with cooking rice is that you wash it first. So you must wash off the starch. So this rice has already been done. It's been washing for about 45 minutes. So you rinse it a couple of times, and the water will go really cloudy and really starchy looking. You really pull that off, and you keep washing the rice until the water goes clear. Depending on the volume of rice, it normally takes about half an hour, 40 minutes. And then you let it sit in the clear water for maximum half an hour, then you drain it off. That just enables the rice to cook more evenly and less starchy and loopy. So very simply, it's 100 grams of dried rice per person. So I'm cooking for 4, so I've got 400 grams in here. And then this is jasmine rice. And then I'm just going to weigh 400 grams of water. So it's equal quantities of water to rice in weight. Now, if you weren't going to do this, and you don't have these rice cookers, you want to do it on the stove, same process applies. Wash the rice in the same way. And then in a pan, slightly different ratios of water to rice. It's the same volume of water to rice. So if I did a cup of rice, it'd be a cup of water. And then you just put it into a pan. Say this was a pan, and put it on the stove, kind of medium heat, not rapid boil. You boil it till the water is almost dissipated. Then you put a lid on it and take it off the heat and let it rest. And you get the same result. I love this. This is a really good rice cooker. So £8, I think. It's the Steamer brand. Got it on Amazon. Really good. Comes with 2 lids. So that's got the rice and the water in it. I'm just going to put this lid on first. Sits there like that, and then basically you offset the other holes. And that's ready to go. So I'm just going to drop that into the microwave. So this 400 grams of rice takes 12.5 minutes on full power. It's a 900-watt microwave. And then you let it, very importantly, same as you did on the stove, and let it rest for 5 to 7 minutes. So it just basically keeps on cooking in the steam. And that's where you get that nice, light, fluffy texture. So I'm just going to pop this into the microwave. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So now we're going to go through the next stage, which is marinating the squash. So the marinade, as I say, using miso for this. Miso is a soybean paste, fermented soybean paste. So very, very simple marinade. I've just got some miso paste from Sainsbury's. You normally get red and white misos. This is a red miso. So very simply, I'm just going to pour some into a bowl. And then I'm going to add some microplaned pureed garlic and ginger to that. Ginger.
David, we've just had a question through about the rice from Anonymous. Is it the same approach for all types of rice?
Yeah, steaming rice, obviously, when you're steaming rice, yes, boiling the same technique. Obviously, different grains will give you different textures. So, like a really high gluten rice, like sushi rice or boreo rice, it's going to be much more starchy, much more sticky content. But yeah, if you want to steam, pilaf or braise rice, it's very similar. Again, it's depending on the technique, is the volumes of water. But the key thing is you always wash your rice to remove the starch. And very, very important. Apart from risotto, if you're making risotto, you need that starch to make the glutens. But normally, any other rice you're boiling or making basmati, pilaf or anything, wash your rice, get rid of the starch. Really, really good tip. As I say, either pan or that microwave thing is the best thing since sliced bread for me, because that means my wife can cook rice and I've got used to my wife for one around. She boils rice and makes it wallpaper based, so it's a good safe bet.
So
no,
the same. So I think the same person's just said. So have you just chosen Jasmin because it's your preferred?
Yes, and it's an Asian rice. So again, it's kind of authentic to the region, and it's lighter, it's fragrant, and for me it just works really well with this dish. Obviously, you can substitute for basmati, or even long-grain rice if you want. Obviously, long-grain rice is the safest to cook, as the easiest to cook.
Cool.
So, in the miso, ginger, garlic. Now I've got some ponzu. This is ponzu and using sauce. So ponzu is rice wine with rice wine vinegar, seaweed, and bonito flakes. So it's a really good, nice, acidic dressing. It can be added to soy or anything else. It's a very Japanese led ingredient. This has also got yuzu added to it. Yuzu is a Japanese citrus fruit. Yuzu juice on its own is exceptionally expensive, so it's not advisable to buy at home unless you use it a lot. So this is ponzu yuzu sauce. It's got the two mixes already, which is perfect for what I need. Also, it's going to be more utilised at home. So, mixing about 25, 30 mils of ponzu into the miso. Then I've got some toasted sesame oil. That's just going to go in. That's my marinade for my squash. Just going to mix that through. Now prepping the squash. Again, you can substitute any kind of pumpkin or sweet potato for this. So again, pumpkin for me, squash is is the easiest thing for me to get hold of, and it's got the right texture and great flavour. So very simple. I'm just going to peel down the skin to make a nice cylinder. Take off the sharp edges. Okay, done. And then all I'm going to do is just cut it into discs, kind of like 1.5 centimetres thick, so it's got a nice depth to it.
We've just had a question through from Hannah. Pumpkin Katsu is my all-time favourite. will this recipe be available in written format online? So we'll be posting it, won't we, David, after the session today?
Yeah, we will. We'll be posting it afterwards to go through so people can copy it at home. So I've got my discs of squash. I'm going to get some foil and baking parchment. So I'm going to do foil, then baking parchment down. And I'm just going to get a pastry brush and a marinade. Just going to liberally brush the squash, turn it over, brush the top. Do that with the pumpkin. Another good thing with this squash is the base of the squash, you know, I think I'll mostly wait until I've got another bit of root vegetables and I'll make a soup out of that. So, you know, no wastage again. So nice coating onto your squash. It's simple. Put another piece of greasy paper on top of that. And I'm just going to make a foil parcel. So this is going to basically create the pumpkin to steam in its own moisture and then cook very kind of slowly in the oven at 150. Takes about 40 minutes. You don't want to cook it fast because what we're going to do is let all that miso permeate into the squash and basically suck it up. And the reason with the steam, obviously any water leaches out and dilutes the marinade. As it cools down in the full parcel, we'll soak it back up and take it, you know, not all of it, most of it, just really absorbing all that flavour. So you're taking the simple, humble squash and taking it into a really nice depth of flavour. So then I put it on a baking tray and then drop that into an oven, as I said, 150 for about 40 minutes. And here's one I prepared earlier, in the food pizza fashion. And we put that into the oven to cook. So this has been resting for like 40 minutes. So open it up. So great smell as it comes off. And then we peel the top off. And get these lovely discs of the cooked squash.
That looks so good.
It's still got some structure to it, and obviously as it's cooled down, as you can see, it's gone slightly translucent, sucked up the surplus juice from not all of that, so but most of it. So it's really taking on that flavour profile. So what I'm going to do now is just going to pane the squash. So pane is a very simple technique where we flour in breadcrumb to coat the squash. So here I've got cracked eggs. There's 2 eggs there, whisked with a touch of salt, plain flour again with a touch of salt, and then panko breadcrumbs, just bought from the supermarket. So literally, just going to pick up the squash into the flour. This is what I normally get the kids to do, so they get the dirty hands on me. Pat off the surplus into the egg. And it's the panko.
David, we've had a question as to whether you could replace the squash with something like a field mushroom or an aubergine, or would that absorb too much moisture?
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you just panade it directly. I wouldn't do the miso process because it would take on too much moisture and be quite slimy. I mean, if you salted maybe an aubergine first, you could potentially do that. I've not done it, so I'd have to play around with it. But you potentially could. So then you've got a nice breadcrumbed piece of squash. Now I'm just going to sit on a piece of greaseproof paper. So I'm just going to do another one of these quickly. So I've got 2 to cook for dinner.
David, if you don't have panko, what could you use instead? We've just had a question through from Anonymous.
Normal breadcrumbs are fine. The good thing about panko is it's really light, it's really fine, it's got a little bit more texture to it, so it gives you a lighter crust. The finer breadcrumbs will give you a slightly thicker, denser crust, but you know it's just a coating to help you fry it really. So you know, either make your own or buy normal breadcrumbs is absolutely fine. Taking that around, making sure you've got no kind of gaps is really important at this stage. To give you a nice crust when you fry it. Just wash my hands. Wrap these up and I'll pan those to later on. My dinner. So we've got the panade squash, taking all that lovely flavour. The rice is still cooking. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make some pickles. So I went to Japan in October last year. I was really quite blown away by the way they eat katsu curry. Very different to the way we Westerners eat it. So they actually eat it with quite a lot of pickles and then also predominantly cabbage. Their cabbage basically substitutes our rice, and they use rice at the end of the meal to fill up any leftovers, you know, any more substantial you need in your stomach. So I'm going to make some pickles really quickly. So pickles are another great thing which you can have in your house. Great way of using up vegetables in your house. Pickling liquid is very, very easy and really simple recipe to follow. It's a 3-2-1 recipe. So it's 3 parts water, 2 parts vinegar, 1 part sugar. Really, really simple. All into a pan, bring it to the boil, remove it from the stove and let it cool down. So that's some pickling liquor I've made there. And inside this pickle, I'm going to do some chili. And the good thing about this, you know, once you made it, just put it into a jar and leave it in the fridge. And you've got pickles sitting there, you know, great with anything. Then we've got some radish. These are just some nice heritage variety radish I got from Sainsbury's last week. And I'm just going to take that in, take off the stem of the base. And the mandolin again, just nice and thin slices. And the pickle liquor needs to be chilled, as in minimum room temperature before you add any vegetables, otherwise it cooks. The heat of the liquid will cook your veg and you don't want that. The good thing with pickling, I mean the guys at work here, we say it over and over again, everything you eat wants to have a balance of salt, sweet, sour, and bitter and crunch. So pickles gives you all that in one range of products. You get the crunch to the vegetables, you get the acidity, you get the bitterness from whatever veg you use. So it works really, really nice. And the last thing I'm going to do is just do a few rings of cucumber. In Japan, they have some really nice micro cucumbers, which are kind of the size of a carrot, which is great. And then what I'll do is I would leave this in my fridge to marinate minimum 24 hours. Just make sure it's all mixed through nicely. And the pickling liquor really do its own work. And you can do that same liquor with anything: mushrooms, carrot, asparagus, you name it, any vegetable you've got, it doesn't, you know, you can eat raw, you can pickle, leave them in jars. It's just a great way of utilising spare vegetables, and it goes great with sausage rolls, pork pies, literally everything. Really, really versatile ingredient to have in your fridge. And then here's some pickles I made earlier in the week. As you can see, colours really kind of taken on, flavours really, really good, really, really crunchy. Delicious. So the pickles. Next thing I'm going to do is the cabbage. So the cabbage again, it's I was really, really interested to see how the Japanese rice to them is the last thing they eat in the meal, and it really, you know, is to fill up and, you know, get the meal more substantial. So I've got some sweetheart cabbage here, history cabbage, sweetheart cabbage, and different supermarkets and suppliers call it different things. So again, it's a raw cabbage salad. So I'm just going to very, very finely shred some cabbage.
We've had a question about your knife, David. Some anonymous says that looks amazing. What brand does David use?
It's a handmade knife from Japan. It's not a brand per se. Well, it's got the maker's name on there. I can't read it, but yeah, it's a forged handmade knife, Damascus steel, folded and hit. I think it's got something like 76 layers of steel, which means, you know, sustains the sharpness. But yeah, quite expensive knife, but needs to be looked after. Yeah, really nice. Just don't use that much for home here. I just have it because I use it a lot. So again, cabbage, continuing to shred really finely.
We've got a few more questions about pickling, if that's all right, David.
Yeah.
What type of vinegar should you use?
Again, depending on what you, I mean, as a neutral pickle, I'd use white wine or a cider vinegar. Again, if you want to, you know, you could use, for Japanese food, you could put a bit of rice wine vinegar in there. You could just use rice wine. It hasn't got the same level of acidity. You could do a mixture of vinegars. I wouldn't use malt. It's too harsh. Kind of a neutral flavour. You know, so cider or white wine vinegar gives you a good neutral balance. You could use an apple vinegar. Apart from that, I wouldn't do anything else.
And how long would you leave the pickles in the liquor for?
Indefinitely. So I mean, they just get better and better with time. As I say, you know, they as long as you've got a clean, sterile jar you put them into, they're going to last a long, long time. I say the only thing I wouldn't use is sarsen's vinegar for it. Okay, so got my really finely shredded history cabbage there. Now what I'm going to do is dress it. As I say, you make your own dressing with yuzu and ponzu and a little bit of soy, but this is kind of pre-made, again, saves wastage. So I'm just going to just dress a little bit of that. A little bit of the sesame oil. And then toasted sesame seeds. In the restaurant we went to in Japan, you actually made your own sauce. You ground your sesame seeds and you made kind of your own salad as you liked it, which is really quite interesting. It was a great experience, and I was really interested in the amount of cabbage they eat. So again, what I'm doing now is just let that mix through. Let it sit for kind of like the last 5 minutes whilst I'm finishing off the dish. And the smell coming off that as you mix it through, the toasted sesame seed, the sesame oil, the ponzu, so that, you know, the sweetness and the acidic flavour profile coming off the ponzu is really, really quite nice. And also, because there's obviously a little bit of salt in there, oh, that's Siri getting involved, the citrus and the salt is going to break down the cabbage slightly. So that's just going to sit there and macerate whilst I'm finishing off the dish. Okay, leave that to one side. So next thing we do is make the sauce. So the sauce there's different sauces on the market. You could make a sauce from scratch, using Malaysian curry powder, etc. I buy this brand from Sainsbury's. Super easy. I mean, there's the most common one is the Java block. This is a really good authentic brand. It's really simple. It's you weigh out plain water. So I'm going to make half this pack. This is 300 mils of water on the stove there, which I'm just bringing up to the boil. Then you just basically open the packet. And you add half the packet really for 300 mils of water. Bring up to boil, whisking it all the time, and it thickens up really, really nice and simple. The microwave's just gone off, so I'm just going to grab the rice out of the microwave whilst the water's come up to temperature. So that's already been sitting there for like 2 minutes. I'm just going to sit that nicely resting for the last couple of minutes whilst we finish off. Bring up. I'm also checking my temperature of oil now, okay? So to deep fry the pumpkin, we'll oil around 170 degrees, 180. Obviously, I don't have a fryer at home, so I'm doing it on the stove. I'm just checking the temperature with a probe. Obviously, be careful. You don't want to have a fire in your house, but it is safe as long as you're, monitoring yourself and controlling the temperature. Okay, so that's good. Start dropping my sauce. Last stages of this now, it's coming together. So I'm just going to whisk that. It's important you whisk the sauce, otherwise the block will sit at the bottom of the pan and it'll catch on the base. If you just whisk it until the blocks are dissolved on the temperature heat, that's good. So now I'm going to start deep frying my squash. So again, it's got a tray lined with kitchen towel there. I'm going to pick up the squash, put it onto a spider and just drop it into my oil. I'm just going to pan fry it quite nicely, so deep fry it quite nicely. Again, you can pan fry these ahead of time, and then reheat them through an oven on a wire rack. If you want to do, cooking for a few people, make things a little bit easier. So I'm get some of my pickles. Bring them over to a dish, just so they drain slightly. Nicely.
David, remind us what temperature the oil needs to be again.
Around 170, 180. It's good temperature. Obviously, nothing needs to be cooked through apart from the crumb, because the pumpkin is already cooked, and you're basically heating up again. So if I was doing chicken katsu, I'd drop the temperature of the oil to about 150. So again, it's enough to give a nice golden crunch, and also cook through the chicken. Again, you don't have to be so careful with this. Okay, so the pumpkins come up really nice, really good crust there. So I've got my pickles, I've got my cabbage. The squash is just going to come out the fire. Just drain that. Just going to move my oil. Just going to the back there. Okay, so now my rice. So remove the lid. Move the second lid. And then just need to fluff it up. See that? You get a nice, beautiful, fluffy rice. Really simple, great way of making consistent rice. Okay. So, just going to plate this up. So, one plate. One scoop of the rice. We've got the dressed cabbage. As you can see, that's broken down slightly. Really, really great smell coming off this. I'm just going to sit that directly on the side. And take my squash, just going to cut it through. On top, slightly fan it out. And the sauce has come up. I'm just going to spoon this over the top of my pumpkin. Into the plate. I've got these beautiful pickles again. Sitting there on top, really colourful, really vibrant, great fresh flavour, cuts through the richness of the pumpkin and the katsu sauce. And the last thing I'm going to do is just take a little bit of coriander. When you chop it, just on top. And there we have it, guys. Miso marinated pumpkin katsu.
Ah, David, that looks absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for that today. That's all from us. Just so everybody knows that this video will be uploaded onto YouTube alongside with the recipe. We do hope you'll join us tomorrow for our Future of Hospitality series, the Feeder Special. Meanwhile, for more information about a panel of discussions, please go to RA Group's website at www.ragroup.co.uk/news to download the broadcast link. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or suggestions about how you can get involved, please email gavin.goody@ragroup.co.uk. Thank you for joining us today. Have a fantastic afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place.